I didn't come here to make friends. I came here to work, right? So if the community is not willing to respect that the work is priority, then, let's just let it go.
Yeah, I think there is something as being too friendly. You can get too friendly in a professional space. It's like, I want to compare it to food. See how sweet and savory, right? And then there are some instances where sweet and savory works. Like, for people that don't know, you don't know, but Nigerians like us, you can drink garri with sugar and have moi moi. That has, that's all that. So there's a balance, but there's sometimes when it's too much. It's either sweet is too much or savory is too much. There is no balance in it. At that point, you either choose sweet or choose savory. If you're in a professional space, as Chioma has said, we came here to work. So if you're going to let something go, I think you should rather let sweet go and, just face savory. Also a place of knowing how to navigate this, knowing that this person that you want to speak to that probably sent you a mail that just made you upset is a director. And there's a way to respond to a director. Because you have anger, it shouldn't make you slap soldier.
Challenges are actually what shapes you.
You might be great, but if you are not perceived as great, that is a problem.
I went from being the boss lady that had lots of money in my account. In this life, no one's going to give you anything. That's just the honest truth.
Welcome to the Development Conversations podcast. Welcome back to part 2 of our conversations on thriving at work, the power of community and friendship. If you missed part 1, I need you to actually pause this one and go back and watch it. We had a very rich conversation. And when I say we, I mean myself and my amazing guest, where we explored the meaning of community in the development sector, the impact of workplace friendship, how to navigate conflict, and if networking and community is the same thing or are the same thing. So please, I need you to actually go back and watch it. For this part, we're going to go even deeper. We're going to talk about practical ways to build meaningful relationships and how to maintain professional boundaries while fostering strong connections. Boundaries are important. Let's jump right in. Let us welcome once again my amazing guests, my ladies. We have Chioma, Osim, and then we have Queeneth, Njoku, and Joy Akinwalare.
Lovely to be here as always.
I know, right? Thank you so much. We've been having a wonderful time just talking about friendship, relationships, building community, and networking. And so we're going to go right into the deeper part of this discussion. Can you tell me what practical steps one can take? So when you think of the one, I'm busy talking about development practitioners. What are the practical steps that we can take to build or cultivate meaningful workplace relationships? Who wants to start?
I think it's the way you make any friendship in the workplace. So you meet this person, you have shared values. So we spoke a lot about that on the previous episode. Their shared values is respect, and then you just understand that, this person is now my person. Out of conversations, out of exchange of ideas, out of cross-learning from each other, I just realized, this has gone deeper than just a professional relationship. I think, first of all, the first thing that joins you two is the work. So in the work professional space, I'm going to take an example of you not working in the same organization, for example. So you guys met at an event, that has shared ideas, shared concept, and then you get there and you are, for example, talking about girls or boys or men or education, and then so this, I feel like this things that we can do to make impact, and this person is talking, and then you can see, we actually think alike. So I think I'd like to move this relationship forward. Before you know it, you guys are clicking, you're gelling, you're calling each other, you're hanging out, and then you're toasting the person the way you toasted Chioma, and they either agree or not. But basically, I think it's just the same steps for any friendship, really, but it's just that it's in a professional space.
Okay, so basically what you're saying is that it should be organic, and it should move because they have shared values and interests. So for my non-Nigerian audience, I need to explain what toasting is. So toasting is basically like courting or wooing, and it's usually used in romantic settings and the rest, but it is also used to just say that people go after someone. So in my case, I had to literally beg.
Not true at all.
Anyways, I basically took the first step in getting to know Chioma, but I say it just lightly. But thank you very much, Joy. Who else will want to add to the steps?
Yeah. So I just wanted to add that friendship, whether in the workplace or outside, requires time and requires a level of investment. So you can't expect it to happen immediately, like immediately now. It can't happen immediately. So I think people should also maybe have very practical expectations when it comes to friendships. I mean, you're building it.
Yes.
So what you have in mind might not be what the other person has in mind. And like Joy said, if they say no, you turn around and keep it moving. No hard feelings. So, and also be willing to invest. If the person brings 50% and we bring 20, it's not really equating. So, and if the person is not really giving you what you want, like Chioma said, be willing to walk away. So, time, investment, and the willingness to walk away if it's not working. If it's not working.
So, how intentional do you need to be in building a friendship?
So, be willing to invest time. Like, understand that it's not going to happen overnight. We keep saying shared values, but I cannot meet you now and say, oh, Tobi, her forehead, I can see,
shared value.
Is it
because I have a big forehead? Because I do. Things I understand.
Yes. And then little things like, little gestures like, I want to buy food. And Joy's like, oh, are you hungry? Or Chima's like, oh, I brought this for you. Things like that shows that you care for
that
me.
Person.
So as someone who wants the friendship, I would obviously have to reciprocate. It's not by force to invest, but I'm just saying for it to work, let's be practical.
Yes.
You have to equally invest as the person is.
Absolutely. Yeah. All right. And do you want to add anything?
Maybe just to add that there's also the part that emotional intelligence plays. Also knowing when this person is trying to be your friend as against just being a co-worker, just being courteous towards you, right? Just because you want to be my friend doesn't necessarily mean I want to be your friend. So that emotional intelligence has to be there. There are no practical steps to say, Tobi must be my friend. If it's not working, you need to be aware, self-aware enough to take that step back.
Yeah. I love it. Thank you all. So starting from you, Chioma, how do you balance community building with maintaining professional boundaries? So just to add, is there such thing as being too friendly at work?
Again, it's about reading your space and being emotionally intelligent, right? Yes, there are shared values. We are all development workers, so there definitely has to be that shared value, right? But is this the kind of person that knows where to draw the line, that knows that there is a line, and knows when not to cross it? In the other episode, Joy talked about how there's this dynamic now in her workplace, how her friend is now her line manager, and she knows how to respect it. You have someone that is that mature enough to know that this is the line, this is the boundary, the professional boundary that there has to be, So for me, balancing it means being self-aware, knowing that, as I said, I didn't come here to make friends. I came here to work, right? So if the community is not willing to respect that the work is priority, then, let's just let it go.
Thank you so much. That's really helpful. Does anyone want to add to this?
Yeah, I think there is something as being too friendly. You can get too friendly in a professional space. It's like, I want to compare it to food. See how sweet and savory, right? And then there are some instances where sweet and savory works. Like, for people that don't know, but Nigerians like us, you can drink garri with sugar and have moi moi. So there's a balance. But there's sometimes when it's too much. It's either sweet is too much or savory is too much. There is no balance in it. At that point, you either choose sweet or choose savory. If you're in a professional space, as Chioma said, we came here to work. So if you're going to let something go, I think you should rather let sweet go and, just face savory.
All right. For those that know. So if you know, you know. But basically, thank you so much. So can a toxic work environment still foster a strong sense of community? I'll start with you, Queeneth.
Okay. Yes, I think it can. Because shared thoughts or opinions or feelings. Interest, thank you. Shared interests have a way of people with shared interests have a way of gravitating towards each other. So when the environment is toxic and you find 1 or 2 people or 3 or 5 that are aligned in this like you, with time, when you have conversations, when you see reactions, when you see body language, obviously it's like a light bulb. And I don't know if it happens, I don't want to say the universe because, but then there's like an invisible line.
Yeah, a force that brings everyone together.
Yeah, pulls you together. So yes, when you have people like you in a toxic work environment, you gravitate towards each other to be each other's source of support, encourage yourselves so that you're able to navigate and stay sane. But then again, that is when you have people like you. Because if everybody in that work environment is toxic, then it doesn't make any sense it doesn't make any sense. It's not even healthy for you. So for me, the safest thing for the person to do is just to, build your space. I know it's going to be a lonely one, but then just remain in your space and just try to navigate until you find a lasting solution. Yes.
Build some form of Goshen. Yeah. Would anyone want to add to this? Is it possible to actually build a friendship, a thriving friendship in a toxic environment?
For me, I would reason around or think around what's the depth of this friendship, right? If we are only connecting because we are our supports against the system, you find out that the shared interest now will be gossiping. That my guy is so annoying, he's so toxic. That is not a good foundation for a strong friendship, right? So I think irrespective of where you find yourself, interest, as you said, I totally agree, may be there, right? But if there are no values, if there are no principles, if there are no morals in the room as the foundation, then that is just a community. That's not a strong community. That's not a thriving. We spoke about thriving community. That's not a thriving community. And that, in my opinion, is not strong. Right.
I love that perspective, just balancing what Queeneth said. Joy, do you want to add anything?
No.
Okay. It's like saying what I want to say, they have already said. But the truth, I actually resonate with the both of you because I've experienced both. So I remember one time I made a post on my WhatsApp status, because you all know I'm a WhatsApp warrior. Status warrior. And I think I was talking about the relationship I built in an organization or on a project that was extremely toxic or something like that. I don't even remember what happened. But someone now sent me a message, someone close to me and said, I do not think that such relationships are actually deep enough. And the person now shared why she thought so, and she shared something along what Chioma said, that, okay, so what's the basis? And if she gave an example of an environment whereby what's the basis for the relationships there, where the basis was basically, we hate this place, and so she felt like to protect her mental space, she had to build like a Goshen, like a safe space, just like you mentioned. While for me, at that point, I don't know why I felt like, that's not the case. You can build. But guess what? It so happened that the relationship I built at that place was not strong enough to withstand the distance. So after I left, after a couple of months, and then I started so many things, the same people none of them were actually supporting. Just a few of them were, it was basically people that I thought that was not close to, that were reaching out and say, we love what you're doing, or we're even keeping in touch. And the people that I felt were my friends were not really there. And that gave me time to actually sit down and think that, actually, the basis of that relationship was basically shared hate or shared complaining and worrying. So all of us were literally like crabs in a bucket. We're complaining about everything that was happening. Yes. Were the things happening bad? Yes. Were they affecting us? Yes. And so we just came together and we're just going on and on and on. And then when it now felt like one person had left and had left the space, we could not relate with each other again. And it's not just about them not reaching out to me. It is also me not making our time to reach out to them because there was really nothing holding us. So, just hearing from both of you has just made me think that, okay, I mean, this is not going to be the only place. Right now, I'm in such a good place that I'm in lovely environment. I have you guys there, amazing boss and things like that. It's wonderful. But what happens when everybody moves and I move, right? And I find myself in another toxic environment. For me, it's just a vital lesson to, if I'm going to build another community, the basis cannot be that, we hate this place and everything. It has to be the value and the morals and the principles that, we need to build soccer, but we also need to keep doing our work, and it cannot be based on we hate this boss.
Okay, so just a quick one. So on top of my head, so I understand the place of gossip and talking down on hating the place together. But then my own experience, in addition to us saying we hate our boss, was also trying to encourage each other to get So I'm wondering, in the midst of the backbiting, do you think that something stronger, I don't know, I think that something stronger can come also out, be built if we are also clear about what we are looking for, which still drives down to what Chioma said. So that it's unhealthy to build a relationship based on gossip. I'm also saying that it can also be great to sieve between and look for if what you're looking for aligns with that of other community members, and refresh what the community is about.
Like realign.
Yes.
I mean, absolutely. For me personally, I would love to hear from every other person, but for me personally, I know that we're always learning and growing, and growth is not just in our career, it's also our character, and also becoming better versions of ourselves. Have there times that I've gossiped and talked? Absolutely. But then, is that who I want to be? No. So I think what will make that kind of friendship stand the test of time is if at the point of realization, I'm able to communicate and say, you guys, I think the way we're handling things is not right. I think we should change. And if there's an agreement that, it's true, let's not do this. Because I feel like even among us, there are times that we've called ourselves out and told ourselves, we don't think we should do this. And then we quickly realign and keep moving. Right? So at that point, if there's an agreement for us to move away or shift from that, either gossip or backbiting, to move into something else, then it will thrive. But then there's going to be issues if at the end of the day, one person thinks gossip is the way, and another person, you definitely want to be the one to move. And that will bring an end to it. But I don't know, Joy, do you want to say anything to this?
Not really. I don't want to. I feel like you guys did a lot of justice to it. I think first of all is to consider what is the thread that is holding this group together. To make sure that the thread is not fallible, is not easily broken. If you found something that important on something so frail, it's to just break apart. Especially when the issue is no longer there. So you guys decided, let's build this group because we're planning towards a wedding, right? As soon as the wedding is done, I don't know why we're in the group, So immediately you leave that toxic environment or that space, the entire structure is broken already, especially for you that left. So I think in a toxic environment, friendship or relationship can't be built, but it depends on what it's built on. If what it's built on is, we want to grow ourselves professionally, want to leave the space, for example, or how do we do this? Let's take some professional courses. Let's encourage each other. Let's build each other up. I think the friendship will still stand even after. Because if after I leave, for example, let's say this is the group. Even after I leave, I can check up on Queeneth and be like, so how are you doing? What's up with your master's? What's up with your PhD? How are you doing with this course? How are you doing with that? So there's still that bond that holds us together, growth. But if it is not built on something positive, on something long-lasting, it's just going to collapse.
Thank you. I love it. And I mean, you just tied all of our thoughts together nicely. So now I want to quickly look at the area of mentorship. Right? What role does mentorship play in professional communities? And is it possible to build sustainable mentorship relationships? So I'm trying to bring two threads together. You have mentorship, you have professional communities. What's the role of mentorship in there, and how do you build sustainable, relationships when it comes around mentorship? Who wants to give it a go?
No, not me. I don't have I don't have a mentor.
Exactly. I want to say, do we even have a mentor? the four of us.
I have people I look up to.
Yeah.
I have people that I would aspire to be like in terms of mentorship.
Okay. I mean, that's honest. That's real. Thank you. How about you, Queeneth?
Okay, I do have a mentor. I started mentorship with her. She's not my friend anyway. So I started mentorship with her when I started, I think in 2022. And I'm not going to lie, it's been an amazing experience. It has really helped me in aligning in what I want to do, what I'm currently doing, and my future as well. She's quite seasoned in communication, and she has thrived within the sector. So I think it's also a plus for me that we're in the same space of work. So how it works for me is we have sessions, I think per quarter or something, where we discuss and where I'm at, what I've done so far, and where I'm going to. I'm not going to say it has really helped me. It has realigned me. It has opened me up to courses I didn't even know I could do that will help me. It has allowed me see that even though I know that I can be somewhere, but then having someone that has already taken that step and is there, it's giving me a practical, it's making it within my reach for me. So it has helped encourage me for me to see myself to be where I want to be. And it's really great for me.
Okay, that's good. It sheds light on personal mentorship. Joy, do you have anything with regards to like mentorship and professional community, or is it personal?
Yeah, I think it's not personal per se. I almost had a mentor one time. If it's possible to almost have a mentor. I think that it's a really good thing. Like I was just listening to you talk about how you met this person that you're friends with, and then they mentor you in this area because you really look up to them and say, oh, this person's doing great and I want to be like this person. And I think for me, it's mostly from a far point of view. And then I just know I have people around me that motivate me to want to do better. And I'm like, if this person can do this, they can guide me into doing this, and this. I have not found my person yet in the right space that I'm saying, oh, I want to chart my course like this person. But I have people that motivate me. And one of the people that motivate me, or three of the people that motivate me, are three of you guys.
I didn't see that coming.
No, really. Like, I look at how I speak to a friend of mine about this, and I'm like, I look at the three of them and I'm like, do you know what they are doing in their spaces? They just have it figured out. Like, I can just wake Tobi up from sleep. Education will just be pointing out for fun like this, and it's beautiful to see, and it motivates me to be like, oh, I wake up this morning and I'm like, you know what? Let's be that person for the next girl. So let me do that. Let me go to work. And I'm motivated. So thank you guys so much.
Like this.
Joy, we had an agreement that we're not going to shed tears here. But thank you.
And I was speaking to you.
So you guys, we have a crier among us, and usually when she starts, we all follow through. But we're not going to point her out. Wow. But thank you, Joy. That means a lot. It's really good to just get that kind of feedback, and you equally motivate me personally, and I'm sure we can say the same. All of us can say the same. Okay, so you guys, how do gender, hierarchy, or cultural expectations affect friendships and communities in development space? So when you think gender, when you think hierarchy, my boss and me, my boss and I, cultural expectations. In my language, in my place, they used to kneel down to greet elders. Are there unspoken rules about who can be friends with whom? So that's what I want you guys to think. How do all these dynamics affect building professional communities and friendships? Chioma, I feel you want to go.
I wish I could say no, because the answer should be no.
Yes.
Ideally, it should be no. Unfortunately, our cultural space just screams a loud yes.
Yeah.
Because take me, for example, I'm a married woman. The person I have, like if I have a friend in the office that is a man, if it's 3 of you now, at home, it's easy to just pick up your calls no matter the time.
Yeah.
You could be working on something, Joy is reaching out to me to say, oh, this, that, and that.
Yeah.
And my husband is like, oh, take your phone, it's Joy.
Yeah.
Just imagine if it was a John. What is going on? It may just be involuntary, but in his head is like, can't it wait?
Yeah.
And you're trying to adjust to say, John, try not to call me
What
if my in-laws are around? Not just my husband, So yes, there is that. And then there's that place of knowing yourself, right? We've talked about boundaries, professional boundaries.
Yes.
But what if you're just the kind of person that gets carried away with play and don't know where to draw that line? You don't want to go and have your boss as a friend, and then you go to a bigger space where your boss is a boss, and not just a friend.
Yes.
And then you now do something to embarrass
Oh my goodness.
him or her or yourself, right? So if you're not self-aware to know that this is where it should end. If you're too playful, there's also that, that's where hierarchy comes in.
Yeah.
So I'm just looking at gender and everything. And ideally, if all things were equal, it shouldn't be a problem. But it is a problem.
It is. Thank you so much, Chioma. Especially in our context, like we're heavily influenced by our culture, by our upbringing, and just being aware of that. And I think that's also like a very top skill to have, soft skill to have, like in our environment, the ability to function in and work in multicultural environments and still be very relevant and the rest. So you come in, like you said, I think it was you that talked about emotional intelligence. But just read the room. So if you go to another context, let's say they take you to Japan, I hear that they're very high on respect, or there are some things that women are supposed to do and the rest, or even northern Nigeria, like the way we behave in the north is different from the way we would behave, in the southern part of Nigeria. So does any of you want to add one more thing before I go to the next question?
I like what you said with emotional intelligence. It's very important to know how to navigate this, especially in the workspace. And because in all honesty, right, we want it to be equal, that you can just reach out to someone and say, oh, get this done, and then they get it done. But there are some people that it doesn't work like that for them. You have to know how to manage that space. So I have a colleague, she's not necessarily a friend, she's a colleague. But if I want to get something out of her, there's a way I can. You know how you can play tunes and then people can dance? There's a way I can navigate that space. And I know she's a very, I'm an older woman, So you have to respect me that I'm older. Forget this, don't call people Sama. And then you have to also know the way to get to this person without necessarily saying, the policy says that you cannot call people that, So there's a place of policy there. There's also a place of knowing how to navigate this, knowing that this person that you want to speak to, that probably sent you a mail that just made you upset, is a director. And there's a way to respond to a director. Because you have anger, it shouldn't make you slap soldiers.
It's such a Nigerian.
Yes. You don't slap a military man because you have anger issues. So it's just the way to play around culture, hierarchy, and all of that, to just have the emotional intelligence to deal with all of that. Very necessary.
Thank you so much.
I'm laughing at
Okay, so is it possible to revive a community that has lost engagement or become stagnant? I know we touched on it in episode 1, but is it possible? And under what circumstance? I think one person can just shed more light. Who wants to go?
Okay, so I'll take this one.
Okay.
I'll start. So yes, I think so. Like I mentioned in episode 1, I think, I'm big on communication. Maybe because I'm a comms person.
No wonder you chose comms.
So I think it's just about being able to have honest conversation. Now, if it's been stagnant, for instance, it can never be us, I know. So I'm just saying, like, if it's like maybe the WhatsApp group is not really, and then just for one person to say hi everybody, what's going on,
and everyone will come out of their hiding.
And then if they don't come out, depending on how badly you want it, you can reach out to people individually. Find out what happened. So it's also the fact knowing if you're willing to go the extra mile. Is it worth your time Is this something you really want? Then depending on what the outcome of the discussion, you would now, it would help to drive whatever step you take going forward. So yes, it can be done, but then you need to have honest conversations. You need to invest. I don't know about talking about investment, money investment. You need to invest time.
Yes.
And, I think at that point, depending on what you want, you need to sort of be emotionally intelligent. Because when people are not being as responsive, can really get you irritated and, discouraged. But like I said, it depends on how badly you want it. If I really want you guys to be my friends, like you toasted baby girl over here. I'm so sorry. I take it back. There's no toasting. So you get what I'm saying? So you need to be willing to do the grind, to do the work that it takes. But then still do not blame yourself or people if the outcome is not what you expect. Yeah.
All right. Thank you. I don't know if you want. I feel Chioma will say, if it's dead, it's dead. After all, we came here for work. But we all do you understand? All these perspectives are important. So to round this up, can you be open and vulnerable without it affecting your professional credibility? What will happen to your C's? So. Okay, you can. I trust you because you're.
I don't need to talk too much, but
water works.
Yeah, so they know, and after we will go back and enter. So in the middle, what I'm saying is,
let's circle back.
I really just feel that sometimes, depending on how it's used or depending on the people you work with, vulnerability also shows that human nature, helps them connect, helps them understand that this person that I'm seeing as maybe a boss or a leader or in this space, or looking up to this person, she doesn't have her act together, right? She's not perfect. And if she's not perfect and she's still excelling, I can do the same, right? So it's also a way to motivate. It just gives them that something. It gives other people something to relate to, something to connect with. So your humanness, really. So I think yes, you can be vulnerable. Yeah.
And still maintain your professional
maintain that professional
credibility.
Yes.
Joy, I feel you want to say something.
I'm not saying you can't be vulnerable, but you have to understand who you are being vulnerable with. It's very important. Is this person matured enough to handle what I'm about to tell them? Is this going to be used against me in the law? In the court of law? In the off-court law? Is this going to be used against me someday? I also feel like sometimes some people are not vulnerable. It's not because they are statues. It's because they are not used to sharing. Some people just like to handle things a different way rather than being vulnerable and telling you, this is what's going on with me. And that's okay. Yeah. Some people are easy to just share at the first time they meet you, and then they just start a professional relationship. Immediately they're already telling you, I shouldn't talk about it.
Somebody came to mind.
Immediately they meet you, they're already telling you about stuff, and then they're just sharing. And that's also all right, dependent on the relationship again. And some people, it takes them a long time to open up. It doesn't mean that they are wrong. It doesn't mean that they are hard. It just means that they want to trust you more. So vulnerability is built on trust. Do I trust this person I'm talking to? The person that I'm opening up to? Does the person respect me enough to, I don't want to say cover up my vulnerability, but to protect me, especially in that vulnerable moment, and not capitalize in that vulnerability. So yes, vulnerability is not wrong, but please be mindful when you are doing this about checking all these factors first. I'm like, I know that if I come and meet Queeneth and Chioma and Tobi, I can cry. I say, this was happening. But there are some certain people I know I cannot go and do that with. That's all right.
And fun fact, the first day I met Adam, we overshared. And 3 years down the line, 4 years, and we're still friends.
I'm still oversharing.
Oh my goodness. But you guys, I feel like this is the perfect place to stop. Thank you so much. This has been such a rich conversation, and honest and open and vulnerable also. I really appreciate that. But before we go, I would love for each of you to share one key takeaway. So whether it's an advice or a lesson or just something that resonated with you during this discussion. Who would want to start?
Breath and dead, stop looking at me.
Everybody thought that he's looking at me.
Okay, Queeneth, anything?
Yeah, so for me, I think one key takeaway from this is communities are important because they help you take root in the ground. You know how they used to give us this example in school and say, once stick of broom, then they just break it and it just breaks. Then they take the whole bunch of it and then they are trying to, then it doesn't break. It is easy for you to break if you do not have a community, because it's easy for you to break down. Chioma was talking about how your mental health is important and how communities help that. It's easy to just break without them. So you need community. But in a professional setting, as much as you need that, remember that you are there to work. Don't let the community break you either. And so just understanding how to work that dynamic is very important, and it really, really stood out to me in this conversation. So thank you, guys.
Thanks, Joy. Who would want to go next?
I think there are some things we take for granted. I think speaking about friendship, I didn't know how much it has impacted on me. You know, it just makes me smile now to think that I come to work and these are my people. You know, like the words we keep on using, my tribe, the word is so strong, my tribe. You know, and then our shared values and the way we grow together. Is it absolutely necessary to have a community in the workplace? Personally, I don't think so. Do your co-workers have to be your friends? Absolutely not. But is it a gift to have it? Absolutely yes.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. So profound. Thank you, Queeneth.
We shouldn't be careless. We want to join an existing community or build a community, especially like Joy said in the workplace. It's not something you do carelessly because it can make or mar you.
Yeah.
So we should put our emotions aside and actually weigh the pros and cons per time. Is it serving me? Is it not serving me? If it's not serving you, just pack your clothes and face your front. And it's still okay to transition into another community. It's not you're not in one community to stay forever.
Yeah.
So if you find another community that is serving you, as far as it's not built on trivial things, it's okay for you to transition. You know, choose yourself when you want to join the community first, and I think you'll be fine.
Wow. Thank you so much, you all. I do not know about you, but the past 30 minutes or so, and then also just having these discussions over the past 2 episodes have been very impactful. Something that Chioma said is that while having a community at work is not necessary, but then when you have it, it is a gift. And something that wraps up everything here is the importance of, building that community based on your values, where you are going to. Queeneth mentioned choosing yourself, and it is so important. Where are you going to? What are your values? What do you stand by? What are those things that you're not going to shift or budge on? Those should continue to guide everything that you do, not just our work, but also the people that we call our friends, the people that we call mentors, where we go to and everything. Thank you, my ladies. I am really just so thankful that I know you all and I get to continue working with you. And most importantly, that we continue to make impacts in our work, because that is what has brought us together. Thank you, everyone, TDC community. You have been with us from the beginning and up until now. Like I always say, if you have not subscribed to this channel, whether on YouTube or Apple Podcasts or Spotify, you should do that. And also follow us. we also want to really, really hear from you. Share your comments. If you have questions you want to ask or even feedback for us, we really look forward to getting that from you. For now, it is bye from all of us in the studio. Have a wonderful day wherever you are and see you soon again. Bye.
Bye. Bye.